So since I was little, young, I've always been a little bit unstable, to use a word. Um, Things like I'd be really good one week, just killing it in classes, showing up for stuff, whatever, and then the next week just not having it, staying in bed for days. And for whatever reason, this wasn't identified as a serious problem until earlier this year. At which point I had stayed in bed for probably the 10th time in my St. Andrews career and just not gotten out of bed for 2 or 3 days. And that was the sign that, hey, we should probably get a doctor in on this. Uh, so I met with one and ended up being diagnosed pretty quickly with bipolar 2 disorder, which essentially means I experience periods where I'm just have depression, depressive symptoms, and then short periods where I'm just I have hypomanic symptoms where I'm firing on all cylinders. You get less sleep, and you don't feel the effects of that. You're way into everything. You're a little bit irritable, stuff like that. And my first reaction to getting diagnosed was to just bury myself in all of the research and the numbers and the statistics and the what was the likely outcome. And it was bleak. It wasn't good. It didn't do me well. To think about, to cite one or two statistics. One of them is you're likely just on average normal rate of death 10 years younger just because you make less good decisions. And 50% of people who are diagnosed attempt suicide at some point in their life. And both of those really hit me hard. I was, struggling with how they fit into my life. But somewhere along the way, I think I learned to say that the statistics don't tell me who I am. Those people who make up that pool, I am not determined by their actions. I determine my own. And though I become, once I'm diagnosed, part of that pool, I can still pick which part I'm part of. And so I guess the big takeaway for me was that the groups that you're part of don't define you.